You ever walk into a back room after some of your shit? It fucking bothers you. You look at them like, you dirty fucking bitch, light a candle. Get the fuck out of my face.
I was just wondering if you had any advice. I let the mother of my child down recently. At least I have been for the past 2 years, and I was a drunk. I'm finally realizing everything and trying to be better, but apparently it's too late. So, I was wondering if you had any advice on how to keep on going, man. Love you. You helped me get through the hardest things. Thank you so much, Theo.
Thank you, bro, for the call, man. I'm sorry that you're suffering. But also I'm glad that you are, because it sounds like you have some realization now. You're able to get some perspective, maybe, that the way you've been operating hasn't best been servicing you or those you care about the most. I don't have a wife or child or anything like that, but yeah, it breaks my heart because I know it breaks your heart, man. I know it breaks your heart to see you make the choice to not choose them. And that I can relate to. I can relate to making choices that don't serve you or me, I can relate to making a choice that I know isn't good for myself, and I do it again and again. I can relate to that, man. So that's where I'm going to try to relate to you at. For one, thank you for even thinking to bring this up, because I'm sure a lot of people struggle with this kind of stuff. And I say that I'm glad you're getting, I'm glad you're suffering. I'm not glad you're suffering, but I'm glad that you're having some realization, because there's some realization there in that suffering. There's some perspective. Because we need that. We need something to adjust the perspective enough so we can see that the operating we're doing isn't doing us well. And if I'm not operating well, then that means that there's something wrong with the operation or the operator. That's me. There's something unaligned. It's not wrong. It's just something unaligned, because I'm not choosing the best choices that are making me feel good. And so I got to adjust. And for me, that's where, leaning back into my program, 12 steps, that kind of stuff helps immensely. It does magic behind the scenes that you can't even quantify. And it takes away that shame. That's what I hear in you too. I hear shame. I hear shame, man. Damn. And shame is that trick. Shame is a trickster. Shame plays a dirty trombone, dog. That's a little soil soldier, dog. That's all he's got in that music maker is sod, bro. Because he's a dirty, shame is a dirty, because you start feeling your own shame, and that keeps you stuck. Shame is a mud. It's a real mud. So anyway, man, I was saying a lot of that stuff because now you have some perspective. So now you can see you got to make some adjustments so that you're making different choices towards the people you care about the most. And it's possible. That's what I'm going to tell you. Here, I'll take these off too. I don't want to be talking serious with you and not be able to see you, or as best I can. It's hard to choose love sometimes in the world. It's hard. It's hard. And I don't know why you're not doing it in your life. I don't know why. But there's a lot of people out there not doing it. I've not done it a ton. There's areas of my life I'm not doing it. I'm choosing something else, and I don't know why. And you know what? I don't exactly have to figure out that why. What I do have to do is just get myself into a place where I'm choosing the things I need to be choosing. And so that's where I believe that a 12-step program can help you out. Because that has been the best success that I've had after all the things I've tried. That program I feel like is best given me the opportunity and the different feelings inside to have a new experience. And it's not over with the gal. That's not over. She can't tell you that everything's going to be okay right now. That's not fair. That'll keep you in the same spiral. You know, if she throws a life preserver into the toilet, you still in the toilet. You know what I'm saying, baby? That, you know, we got to get you into a damn bird bath, dog. That's where we got to get you. So just don't be hard on yourself. Just try not to be hard on yourself. And I think try something different. You know, I think trying a 12-step program will help a lot. Let me listen to the end again so I can hear just again in case I missed anything.
For the past 2 years, and I was a drunk. And I'm finally realizing everything and trying to be better, but apparently it's too late. So, you know, I was wondering if you had any advice on how to keep on going, man. Love you.
And the advice will start to come from a higher power and from the program. So that will help you. You'll get it. It's interesting. It'll start to get built into you. You just keep going to meetings and keep listening to people. And I would go to speaker meetings. You can go to them on Zoom first if you feel more comfortable. And because once you start to feel like you can keep on going, then you're going to feel like you can go further. But first you got to feel like you can go. And then it will all evolve, man. I promise you. I promise you. You will have other opportunities with this person, with this child. You will have all of that. You know, all those things are possible. But now if you know that something's wrong and you continue to do it, then you are kind of choosing to suffer. You know, you said realized it, you know, you realized these things. So now you have knowledge. So once you have that knowledge, if you continue to do it, then you are choosing to suffer. You know, and sometimes you may make that choice, but if it's a continued thing, man, you know, and I just say it, I'm not judging you. I've done it. And that's where self-pity starts for me. I continue to stay in these loops and I don't even recognize it. I just continue to want to have some reason to suffer. And I just don't want to see the same thing happen to you, man. That's happened to me before, you know. So anyway, just don't feel alone, brother, and just keep your head up, baby. You know, because you're not alone, man. I mean, there's probably 500,000 people listening to this that are thinking of you, and that want you to try. You know, they want you to try. You know, and I want you to try too. I know it's hard, man. It's hard, bruh. It's hard to fucking try, especially when you have there's a feeling inside of you like the world never tried for you. This world never fucking tried for me. But that's just a feeling, man. You know? And God gave you like a beautiful child, or whatever you believe in gave you a beautiful child, man. And you got a voice. You have the ability to care about yourself enough to call. You have gifts. You have gifts, man. And I believe that you can do it, brother. I believe you can have a new experience. And that's what I want for you, because it seems like that's what you want for you. So anyway, man, I'm not trying to preach at you, but just letting you know that you're not alone, baby. Gang. Tommy out of Fort Worth.
I'm calling today because a buddy of mine is, well, I don't think addicted, but I think getting a little bit too much into meth. He has been
A little too much into meth. Okay, onward.
kind of dabbling in the meth here and there. I don't think he does it
Oh, you mean he's mething around, huh? Okay, I'll stop.
every day, but, you know, like every couple of weekends or so, I'm finding out this dude's doing meth, you know, and he's not like hiding it or anything. He tells me about it, and I tell him, dude, that's not cool. He's probably stop doing meth. It's a slippery slope. I don't think meth's a great thing for this dude. He's a hard-working dude. He's got a job and whatnot. He's a great guy.
Meth's great if you want to do card tricks outside of, outside of supermarkets for people to make a couple of bucks for the rest of your life. Then meth's great. Meth's great if you want to, wash your hands so much that you wash your damn skin right off of them, then meth's great. Meth's great if you want it to be wintertime and you don't need a coat because your body is at about 190 degrees, then yeah, meth's great. Onward.
It just does meth, you know, and a couple of my friends have approached me about it and said that they're worried about it because he's not really shy about the fact that he does it. He's never really offered any of us meth. But, you know, if he did it a weekend or two ago, or he did it that day before he came and hang out with us, he'll tell us. Which, I don't know, I think that's weird.
Well, it sounds like he's like the most confident meth guy ever, really. Like he's fucking Muhammad Ali, dude. This guy's, you know, smoke like a butterfly, shoot like a bee. This dude's on that meth, but he's fearless about it. So I mean, here's the things that can happen. He could become the greatest meth user of all time and really become a champion of the sport. You know, he could become the Deion Sanders of methamphetamines. Or this dude could get caught in a playground taking apart the slides and the swings in the middle of the night for no reason. So those are really the two options. Let me hear a little bit more.
So what would you do? How would you tell your friend to maybe stop doing the mess? Thanks, and love you.
Love you too, man. I appreciate the call, you know, because it is hard to approach people, especially if you think they have addiction. If they're struggling. It's hard also sometimes. I remember I used to use drugs and I would think other people were using drugs too much. Dude, I remember being high on cocaine and telling somebody on cocaine, bro, you got to do less cocaine. They're like, what, bro? You're on cocaine. I said, oh, you're all right. You're right. I would maybe talk to an interventionist, man. Sometimes they cost money, but I would maybe talk to an interventionist because it's still, I just don't see how it can get better unless something happens now. I'm just really worried that it could get bad quick. So you got to tighten them up, dude. Put little cards around too. Say, hey, no meth, you know. Knock, knock. Who's there? Not meth. Or start teaching that dude algebra, bro, and come out with a new thing called mathematics. And this dude is just a straight up, you know, it's like a beautiful mind, bro, but with methamphetamines. And he's out there doing it right and winning contests and shit and winning trophies and traveling around the world and smoking meth and, you know, doing rails of meth and fucking setting new prizes and being a wizard and everything. And then he fucking falls in love with a girl somewhere in Japan or something. And then her father probably kills him or something. That's like a best case scenario. So it's limited, man. It's limited opportunity, I think, for him. So I do think it's a good time probably to speak to him, and it is time to shut it down, man. There's never a bad time to shut down somebody's meth use. Because meth is like, there's only one or two drugs at the real end of the line. You got meth and you got smoking crack. Nobody's ever been like, oh yeah, I'm smoking meth and I also just, you know, won a Nobel Prize. Nobody's doing that. So you got to get your boy off that meth. I would talk to him, and if that's not working, then I would immediately talk to an interventionist, talk to someone who works at a Narcotics Anonymous group, somebody who could actually speak to him. But I'd find somebody maybe in recovery who can maybe talk to him if you can't reach him, because somebody should be able to reach him. And here's the thing: when he gets better, man, when he's not using it, he will thank you. And that's just a suggestion, dude. Also, I don't fucking know.
Hey, Theo. I'm like you, man. I got that monkey on my back, and just don't know what to do anymore. But listen, man, I've been sober a handful of times, and I've had a few years under my belt, and I've always gone back to the dark side, you know, and, man, I'm 42 years old, and got these beautiful kids, and I got 3 of them, and they're amazing. And I'm just starting to run out of gas, man. Like I can't hold up like I used to, and the drinking is it's tearing me down. I feel ashamed to call on this line and sit here and cry, but I'm tired, man. It's wearing me out, and I'm so tired, and I feel hopeless about getting back in the program. And I think that's the main reason I'm calling you. I just don't know how to live sober. Scares the hell out of me. Right? These kids depend on me, and that's a lot of pressure. And I didn't grow up like a lot of people. I think I grew up kind of like you. And I don't really know how to handle shit, man. Man, here's the deal, man. I just want to stop this shit, man, and I just want to be a good dad. I just want to be something that my kids can look up to and have pride in and want to be like. But that's not what they're seeing right now. And it's killing me, man.
Thanks for calling, man. I appreciate it. I'm sorry that you're having a tough time. It's brave of you to call. You know, it shows that, or to me, it shows that you care about yourself. You know, I just keep trying, but I was just not finding solution, not finding comfort. Man, it gets tiring. It gets so tiring, just the energy we spend just spinning our wheels, man. You know, sometimes when I would smoke cigarettes, I would smoke them and I'd burn half of one, I'd start smoking the next one. Before I even finished the one I was on, I'd put it out and start smoking the next one. Because I wasn't smoking to enjoy smoking, I was smoking just to burn myself down. I wanted to cook my heart like a damn little chicken. Because I had control over that. Yeah, just playing to lose, man. I don't care if I lose, but at least I lose, you know? I'm in control if I lose. That's this thing that's this story that there is. That's the feeling. That was this thing always inside of me. Watch me. You know, when it came to my addiction and stuff, or when it comes to it, that's a story that's inside of me sometimes, or that can be inside of me. Watch me ruin everything. Because I'm in control of that. It's so hard to let go of control. That's the thing. It's so hard to... I mean, you're doing it right there. When you're saying you're tired. Man, I know that tiredness, brother. I'm tired of feeling alone. I'm tired of not... I'm tired of also not even being there for myself. I mean, that's the loneliest, bro, when you don't even have yourself. Because you've set up so many little goals for yourself and not achieved them every time and time again that you don't even trust yourself. In my experience, because I mean, I've had a recent experience with this of just being sick of myself, man. I got sick of myself this year. You know, one of the best years of my life in some circles, and I just didn't feel good. You know, I didn't, and it's not, and so what I was doing was I wasn't doing anything to take care of myself, really. I had to start doing things different. I had to take action. You know, and I'm not telling you what to do, but what has worked for me is taking action. In the meetings, sometimes I go to the meetings, and the program works. I don't deny that 12-step, that recovery works. And it's contrary action. That's the action I have to take a lot of times. You know, when I don't want to go to the meeting, when I don't want to pray, when I don't want to ask for help. It's so hard to ask for help because we feel like we're the only person that cares about us. So, and we've always been the only person that cares about us. So to ask for help is like a weakness, you know? That's what I've found for myself. But it's not, man. There's so many gifts on the other side of that. There's so many gifts in that book. It's not even about the meetings. It's about that book. It's about the process. You know, you could be in any meeting. You could be in the worst meeting. And it's about really, it's about the meeting that you have with yourself. Meeting yourself in your heart and saying, hey, I got to do things different. You know, I really do want something different for me. I want to have some self-esteem. I want to feel good. I want my kids to look at me and know I'm going to do whatever I say I'm going to do, or them to trust me and be reliable. All the things that I always hated because I felt like they weren't there for me are the things that my alcoholism wants me to become. You know, drugs and alcohol for me are just a side effect. Those are just, I don't even know if I have addiction to those things. But I have addiction, man. I have, just not feeling good about yourself. I can relate, man. I'm sorry that you're dealing with it, man. I'm sorry. I really am, brother. Man. And it's hard to go to those meetings. It's hard to say, yeah, I'm going to do this for myself. It's hard to go back. It's hard to sit in a meeting that's not even fun or good. Sometimes I'll go to meetings, it's not even good. And I stay. It's just a test. So then that's just a test of patience. But doing the work, doing the 12 steps, man, there is a brighter side to it. And I'm sorry that you feel, I'm assuming you probably just feel so alone, bro. But that's just a feeling, man. That's not true. The truth is there's probably a lot of people that care about you. And I'm one of them, man. Count me in. You know, when you said that we're a lot alike, man, I knew right then when you said that we are. And I didn't know it in my ears and in my brain. I just knew it in my heart. There was nothing, you could cut a million cables, bro, and you couldn't disconnect that fact from me. We are a lot alike, man. And this isn't a self-pity thing. This ain't a pity party. It's the strongest thing to do. To say, I want to have a bigger experience inside of my heart. You know, that's where the joy, that's where the circus is. I want to be a billionaire in my aortas, brother. That's what I want. And I believe, you have to believe, or I have to believe that there is a way. I have to believe that. But man, I tell you that those 12 steps do work. And if you're having trouble, man, maybe, ask your God or ask God or ask your higher power for some willingness. God, just make me willing. God, please today just help me have some willingness to try something different, to try some contrary action. Man, I do stuff. Last night, some friends invited me to a hockey game. First hockey game I had a chance to go to. I didn't want to go because something inside of me wants to isolate. It wants to be by myself. It wants to, let my feelings of less than, they wants to let them out like squirrels and let them run around all over my body. But I say, yes, I will go. Yes, I will be there at this time. And I went. And dude, I had a great time. And that's contrary action. I learned that from, the program. Because I don't want to do contrary action a lot of times. I want to do it my way. Because that's the way I always did it, I felt like. I did things my way. Nobody cared. I'm doing it my way. And that works for a long time. That worked for me for a long time until it didn't work anymore. Until it just didn't work anymore. And that's okay. I recognize that pattern doesn't work and I need to develop a new pattern. But I believe in you, man. I believe that you can do it. And you got 3 beautiful kids, dude. That's awesome, man. You got those gifts, man. You got gifts. You got gifts flying out of your dick, brother. Honestly. I hate to be profane like that, but I wasn't going to say that and then I just said it, but man, you got a big heart, bro. And you can do it, man. If you really want it, you can do it. I believe in you, man. And I bet you believe in you too. Cause we're strong-willed, bro. When we want to do something, we can do it. And I love you, bro. Gang, man. Thank you for the call.
You ever walk into a bathroom after some of your shit? It fucking bothers you. You look at them like, you dirty fucking bitch, light a candle. Get the fuck out of my face.